I don't want to play Ray Parker Ghostbusters, but I feel like I have to when these guys are in the studio. I'm going to call them the Mills Brothers from Mills Muscatine Paranormal Research Society. Hey, guys, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm glad that you're back. You have a big investigation happening this weekend, right?
Yes, sir.
Where are you going to be?
We are doing, it's now known as Skellington Manor.
Mm-hmm.
It's a haunted house in October. A haunted attraction, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
But, it's a banquet hall and that sort of thing for wedding receptions. But
that's where I had my wedding reception, right?
Yeah, that's
you know
what
that?
Penny, the owner, was telling me that.
Yeah, we got married in September, and the reception was at Skellington Manor, which is kind of in the district of Rock Island. And they let us go upstairs and take pictures in the haunted house.
Yep.
So that was cool. But that was an old Masonic temple, right? Or building?
Yeah,
or what?
yeah. Little people know that, but originally that's what the building was for. I think it was founded in like 1847.
Wow.
It was called the Trio Lodge. It's a Masonic lodge, basically. I don't know. It's basically a Freemason thing.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty secret society. They have a lot of weird stuff associated with them, but there's a lot of history in the building.
It's a cool place. I really like it. And I'm excited because you invited me to come.
Yeah.
And part of me is like, I want to go. The other part is I'm kind of scared, but I'm so fascinated that I think I'm probably going to show up later in the evening. So if you hear like a knock at the door, that's me. It's not anything paranormal.
Sounds
that's
good.
me. So when you go, and I know we were talking about this on Facebook, but so you get there when on Saturday? Walk me through the process of these investigations. I mean, we know that place has activity. You've been there before, right?
Yeah, this is actually our third trip, which I do want to thank Penny and Mike for allowing us to come back again and investigate. They've been really, really gracious to us. But typically what we do is, if a client was to call us into their home or whatever, we would go there first and kind of get a layout of the house.
Mm-hmm.
They would go over where they're experiencing things and that sort of thing. It kind of gives us an idea of where we're going to set up our cameras and that stuff. But we already pretty much know what's going on at the manor, so that'll all be done and taken care of. But after that, we usually spend an hour, maybe 2 hours, setting up a 4-camera infrared surveillance system.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have a bunch of just stationary cameras, handheld cameras that we'll set up in certain areas, depending on where the activity is taking place and where we feel is best suited for each camera, I suppose.
So in Skellington Manor, I'm sure since this is going to be your third time there, you probably have a really good idea where a lot of the activity is. So in that building, it's like 4 floors, right?
Yep.
Where's the one spot that you could go there any night of the week and you would know something would be going on?
To be completely honest, the whole building has activity.
Really?
But, yeah, I mean it's but there are a few more active spots, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly up in the workers' break room.
Okay.
It's on all the way to the top of the building, like the 4th floor. We had all kinds of stuff happen up there, and I know an experience that I'll never forget. I was sitting in a row of chairs with the guy that worked there and was kind of the tour or whatever, but that whole row of chairs just felt like somebody came up behind it and just pushed it as hard as they could.
Seriously?
And it was pretty much up against the wall. I mean, we could not explain. My stuff went flying everywhere. It was pretty crazy stuff.
Do you think that whatever the spirits that are at Skellington Manor, are they friendly? I mean, that one sounded like it was a little fired up, so it tried to knock you off your chair. But when you walk into a place like that's been around for a long time, do you encounter any evil ones, I guess, for lack of a better word?
The thing about it is that, when you think of a spirit, they're basically the same person in death as they were in life.
Mm-hmm.
And back in the 1900s, things were different back then than they were there, and people were different, and so their ways were different. And it's basically a men's club, so we did get a few EVPs kind of downgrading our women.
Wow, okay. Wait, yeah. so you have ladies that investigate with you,
yep.
And these spirits are talking smack about the ladies that are with you?
Yeah.
That's rude.
I could say what they said, but I don't think it'd be appropriate for radio.
I don't want to pay the fine. I appreciate that. But So you're saying if somebody was sexist in life and they died, their spirit is sexist, right?
Absolutely.
Essentially.
Yep.
That's hilarious. No offense, ladies, but that's pretty funny. So you make your way through the building. I mean, are you guys there all night, or is there a certain window when you feel the activity is at its peak?
Really, not really. I mean, there ain't really a peak time. It just happens sporadically throughout the night.
Sure.
But it just kind of depends on how the night's going, really. I mean, normally we're there till at least 3 or 4 in the morning.
Wow.
But, if it's real active, we'll stay till the sun comes up.
So besides Skellington Manor, which is this weekend, and I'm probably going to come, I'll probably show up like maybe after 9 or so. Just because I want you to do your thing, and then I mean, I don't want to be there the whole time, but I'm certainly interested. And that building, if you haven't been to the haunted house that they have, it's really good.
Yeah,
I mean, it's probably the best haunted house I've ever been to. And outside of that, it's just kind of a creepy place. Like downstairs, you walk in, and it's just sort of elegant, and it's like an old school banquet, and that's where we had our wedding reception. And then upstairs is the haunt. So when you're there Saturday, do they still have some of the attractions from the haunted house up there?
Absolutely.
Yeah. They do?
Absolutely. And as you're going through and you're concentrating on...
Scoot up to that mic a little bit more. I want everybody to make sure we hear this, because this is cool. So you're concentrating as you're going through, and there's still some of the guys from the haunted house, the animatronics or whatever.
As soon
they
as you
shut all the power on. My goodness.
But you turn a corner, and there's... something staring at you, and sometimes you have a lot of editing on your voice recorders, because I don't know how many times we walked around a corner and there's something there, and
Scared the crap out of us.
Yeah, you hear things that my son certainly wasn't going to listen to.
That's awesome. Outside of being in Rock Island, Skellington Manor, do you have any other places that you're going to? I mean, you don't have to tell me if you're going to people's houses. I mean, that's private. That's cool. But any other spots around Muscatine, or maybe Iowa City, or?
Right now, we're kind of just looking around. We do got a few places that we're checking into, looking into. I know one place is Squirrel Cage Jail in Council Bluffs. We've been there a couple times, but that place was awesome.
Squirrel Cage Jail?
Yeah.
So it's an old jail?
Yep.
How long has that been around?
I don't remember the exact date. It's been around a while. It's one of only 3 jails of its type left in U.S.
Wow.
It's like a rotary jail, so it's basically like pie-shaped.
Yeah.
And they used a crank to spin it around. So once they were in that cell, they had to wait for that thing to spin all the way around before they get back out. It's pretty neat.
Does it still spin?
Yeah. No.
That's weird.
They used to have a lot of inmates that if they wanted out of their cell when they were cranking it, they would stick their hand out